Hello everyone, this is Razorflamekun, and in this episode of the Oblivion Let's Play, I have to first say that I have changed around a few of the mods that I'm playing with, and I've added some that I'm now playing with. Some of them are going to be very good, and they're very good mods, and it's going to be really interesting to have them enabled. So you'll see what I mean when we get around to doing them. Anyways, up here I've found what seems to be a really neat stack of ingredients that I didn't know was up here on top of, I believe it was Fort Nikel. I'm just double checking some of my skills to make sure that they aren't changed from what they were previous, because one of the mods I installed changed around some of the... Nope, they aren't. But it changed around some of the equipments that I had on earlier. Some of the skills around. It increased them quite substantially, and I had to use the console to change them around to make them back to the way they were. So I just wanted to make sure that that wasn't the case here, and it isn't. So what we are going to be doing in this episode is I'm going to be we're going to continue what we've been doing, which is going around finding all of the forts and stuff around, going on a journey around Cyrodiil, getting more of the map markers for some of the places. And the first place that I'm going to go and get right now that it's sort of daytime and stuff, is I'm going to go and we're going to fast travel to Fanacasul, and then we're going to go and follow the road up this way, because of the fact that there are some forts and stuff up here that I want to go get right now. Some of the mods that I added, most of the mods that I added, we're not going to be able to complete yet because we are nowhere near the required level. Most of the required levels for the mods that I have active are 20 or above. So pretty soon we're going to be going and doing some leveling of my major skills to get them up quickly, so that we can get up to level 20 quicker, so that we can start to get some of the weapons and armor that you can get at level 20 available. However, I'm not going to be doing that too quickly. First things first, though, I believe that I remember there being, on top of the roof of one of these houses, there being a card on top of one of these houses. However, I do not believe that I have sufficient enough. Yeah, I didn't think so. I don't have a sufficient enough jumping ability to get up there at the moment. My acrobatics isn't high enough to be able to get up on top of that roof yet, but it will be. All we have to do is just continue jumping around around the world map as we go and find more of the map markers around Cyrodiil, and as we do that we will gain stats to acrobatics and stuff like that. The first place that I wanted to go to is right here. It's a fort that if the mod that I put on is on at this point in time, then there will be some special monsters here, but at night only. So it's not going to show right at this point in time, but if there's a bandit in here, then I know that it worked. Anyways, this should be Fort Nikel. It is. And there should be... Okay, there... Yep, looks like I did indeed put this mod on. There's the bandit that I was talking about.
I'm just warming up, you pathetic worm. Die! Die!
And I contracted the disease that I wanted to. So, don't worry about a thing. I wanted to have that happen. So what we're going to do now, that's part of the mod that I have enabled. We are going to be fast traveling to Coral, the north part of Coral, and we're going to be sleeping for 3 days until we fully contract this disease. This is going to make a change to ourselves, kind of like the vampirism does. So we'll just allow it to happen, and over the course of time, this will become fairly important later on in our travels. But for right now, we don't really need to worry about it, because it takes 3 days to fully contract, and that's what I'm going to let it fully contract this time. So since we're a part of this guild, we should be allowed to sleep in here, and we're just going to sleep for a full 72 hours. Until something happens to us. Something is going to happen to us, so don't worry. Mm-hmm. Yep, so if you didn't get that, this is the werewolf side quest, and I'm going to be allowing myself to turn into a werewolf after sleeping for a certain amount of time. You'll see what happens fairly soon. And I'm letting myself have this happen.
I will assist you however I can.
And there we go.
Do you think what happened to Kvatch could happen here?
We now have it. It's fully contracted. So there's nothing much we can do about that.
Indeed.
But and now, however, we'll see what happens to us later on. When it turns night at certain points in time, you'll see what happens to us. But for now, we are going to go and we're going to continue on with what we've been doing, which is continuing on with the journey. However, I need to wait until it is morning, so I'm going to wait 13 hours or so. I'm not going to be keeping myself as a werewolf forever, though, so do not worry. I'm just going to keep myself as a werewolf for a few until you guys see what it does. But I'm waiting until it is morning so that we can go out this way and continue on our journey through the Great Forest. So we're going to go up this way and start to uncover certain things up here. However, it seems like there's some enemies nearby, so I can't wait. So let us continue on. Let's see, what time is it right now? 7:19 a.m. Ah, and here's the enemy they were talking about. So there we go. Now we should be able to... No, there's still another enemy nearby. But in the area around here, there are Somalius fronds and monk-shoots. So be aware of that fact and look around for them, because they're going to be kind of hidden. There are also logs. If you have the Carl's mod enabled, you should be able to find great new stuff. The Forsaken Cave is part of a quest mod that I have enabled, but we're not going to be going in there because the monster that you need to kill in order to get the armor set he is guarding is too high of a level for us to take care of at this point in time. However, we are going to be taking care of another boss fairly soon, which will be Umbra. Remember her? We'll be going and taking care of her fairly soon. I'm going to go ahead and wait now. And yep, we just need to wait until a certain point of time at night on a certain day, and we will have something happen to us. It may take a while, though. It's not going to be tonight. But it should happen soon. And as soon as it happens, I'll show you what happens to us, and then I'm going to go ahead and end the episode here because, or end the episode there, because I do not want to keep myself as a werewolf forever. In fact, I don't think I'm going to want to keep myself as a werewolf for any point of time afterwards, because I do not like being one. I'm just showing you what happens when you are a werewolf. And as I said, it takes quite a few, it can take quite a while for you to turn into one after you contract the disease. For me, it looks like it's going to take like 10-15 days. Hopefully that's not the case, and hopefully it happens soon. But if it doesn't, then I'll just stop the recording until it happens. Okay, I'm going to cut the recording here, and then when it happens, I will rejoin you. So be right back. Okay, I've decided to go ahead and just show you it until it happens. So it should be happening fairly soon. By the way, in case you're wondering, the amount of time, a second in real life, in like real life time, equals a minute in this in-game time, just to let you know. Come on, it can't take that too much longer. Can't take too much longer now. But I guess it can take too much longer. I'm going to explain a few things about being a werewolf before I actually turn into one. First, while you're a werewolf, you cannot access anything on your body when you're not a werewolf. Everything you have equipped will become unequipped, and you will be unable to equip anything. While you're a werewolf, you'll be unable to pick up anything while you're a werewolf. You'll gain certain attributes while you're a werewolf. However, if you do not kill something and feed on it, either human or non-human, you will not be able to. You'll you'll gain negative effects while you're not a werewolf, and that's bad. So you have to keep on feeding while you're not a werewolf in order to stay as fit as you are while you're not a werewolf. Other things is, while you're a werewolf and you attack a NPC or a human, another human, you have a chance to infect them with a disease, which will turn them. And here we go. Hold on. And here we are. We are now a werewolf. We have turned into a werewolf now. So, while you're a werewolf, I'll show you. You can also not attack. You cannot use any spells. You gain a weakness to normal weapons, weakness to magic, drain. All of these things, damage magic. You can't use magic, and yeah, let me see. Your endurance and strength are both increased dramatically, as well as your speed while you are a werewolf, as well as your athletics and acrobatics. And you also have a resist normal weapons 50%, restore fatigue, restore health. So when you are a werewolf, you can jump higher and stuff like that. You also have your claws and other stuff. So that's pretty much what happens when you're a werewolf. So I'm going to meet you next episode where I'm not going to be a werewolf anymore, and we will go from there. In fact, I'm probably not going to save what we've done in this episode of the LP right now, because I just wanted to show you this. So until next time, this has been Razorflamekun, and may all of your days shine brightly.